Hello everyone, this is Matthew once again, and it is 11:05 here in Texas, so I finally got to watch two more of the Batman movies that I'm going to review, which we now enter the Joel Schumacher film. So, no more of these kind of Batman films anymore. Gone is with the darkness, gone is with the gothicness, gone is with Michael Keaton, Danny Elfman, and Tim Burton doing more Batman films. Which is sad, so rest in peace, Burton era of Batman. We have a classic film from 1989, and a sequel that parents complain, especially kids getting nightmares, as well as being too sexual, too violent for children, and how dark it is, as well as had a tie-in with Happy Meal toy products. So, here's how things started to go downhill with this series. As we now enter director Joel Schumacher to make this film, Batman Forever. And believe it or not, folks, during that era, this was like the only Batman film I ever saw on the big screen when it came out in 1995. This is the one I got to see on the big screen as a kid, which I believe I was like 3 years old when I saw this movie. And I think my brother Steven and dad went to go see it. My brother Jonathan, he didn't go because he thought he was too scared of being in the dark and all. But hey, we were kids back then. So, of course, as you know, that I have already mentioned about this movie before on my YouTube channel when I talk about supposedly a director's cut of the film, what it was. So I'll put the link below the description if you want to know what are the deletions in the film, or I'll just show you another link in better detail from another YouTube channel named 1995 Batman, I believe, who actually has a lot less of deleted scenes, so that shows some pictures that I had never seen before, as opposed to the ones that we already know about. So, but yeah, I'm hoping one day that we actually do get Joel Schumacher's original director's cut for this film, just as much as we want Zack Snyder's original cut for Justice League. And of course, yes, I'm holding the 4K Blu-ray, like the other ones, bad cover, but the picture quality and sound quality is fantastic. I haven't got a 4K Blu-ray of this film yet, but one day I will. But right now, I just want to finish this up and move on so I can start reviewing some horror movies. So I ended up watching this in regular Blu-ray form. So anyway, Batman Forever stars Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey, Nicole Kidman, Chris O'Donnell, Pat Hingle, Michael Goff, and Drew Barrymore, and along with film composer Elliot Goldensoul. Peter McGregor, Scott Timber, both produced the film, and it's written by Akiva Goldsman, and Joel Schumacher is the director of the film, who made films such as The Lost Boys, which I enjoy. I never saw A Time to Kill or The Client. I know Batman Robin, which I've seen. I never saw The Number 23 or Phantom of the Opera, but I have seen Phone Booth, which I love very much. And Falling Down, that's really good too. I like Falling Down. So, here's the history behind this film and how you went from two darker Batman films by Tim Burton with gothic nature and so on and so forth, and then makes them more kid-friendly but safe and marketable. So riddle me this. Why is Batman Forever safe and marketable? Just to entertain the kids and make a few bucks out of it and just sell the toys. So that's the riddle, my friends. Well, of course, you can come up with a better riddle than I do, but that's just what I think of when it comes to the Schumacher Batman films. So, to start off about this film here, here's how it all came. Excuse me. After Tim Burton directed two Batman films, I do remember in one of the interviews from Batman Returns special features where Tim Burton has been toying idea about doing another one, and then the studio's like, hey, Tim, do you like to make some small films all like you're known for? And Burton's like, you don't want to make another one, do you? Like, no. And then finally the camera stopped and it never happened. So, and of course there were like pictures of Michael Keaton's Batsuit for a third Batman film, which I think there's like a picture of it on the internet. If you could look that up, I'll probably put the link below the description if you want to see a unused Batman 3 costume that Michael Keaton was going to wear if Burton was directed. But of course, Tim Burton decided not to direct the next Batman film after he's receiving a lot of complaints on Batman Returns, so he pretty much had to do films like The Night Before Christmas, which he did not direct, but he produced it, Then he would go on to direct Ed Wood, Mars Attack and Sleepy Hollow, Planet Apes remake, Big Fish, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, Dark Shadows, and Frankenweenie and Big Eyes, Miss Peregrine, as well as the live action remake of Dumbo. So that's what Tim Burton's been doing nowadays, as opposed to making another Batman film. Well, of course, in the 90s, he was going to direct Superman Lives, but never got made. Especially, you would have seen Nicolas Cage in the Superman suit. So, they've been looking for other directors and finally they settled with Joel Schumacher as director. Which, of course, originally, he wasn't thinking about making this film. The Batman film he wanted to make was Frank Miller's graphic novel, Batman Year One, which I just showed you in my review of the 1989 Batman film. But the studio Warner Bros. Were interested in more of a sequel, but not a prequel. When Michael Keaton read the script for Batman Forever, he thought it really sucked and did not like the direction that they're going with to be so campy. So after Keaton left the project, they were searching for other actors to replace him, such as Ethan Hawke, William Baldwin, Johnny Depp, and so on. They finally settled with Val Kilmer because Joel Schumacher seen his performance, which he thought he was really terrific at, as Doc Holliday and Tombstone. And of course, Mara Williams and Billy D. Williams did not appear in Batman Forever as well, which of course Mara Williams was going to play Robin in Tim Burton's Batman universe, but that never happened. And Billy D. Williams actually did play Harvey Dent in the 1999 Batman film, which of course they were going to build him up to become Two-Face, but that never happened as well, so he ended up playing Two-Face in the Lego Batman movie. So instead, they cast Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and of course, there were other actors before Chris O'Donnell won the role as Robin. There was like Toby Stevens, Jude Law, Ewan McGregor, and as well as Leonardo DiCaprio. Which, of course, Chris O'Donnell also did try out for the movie Titanic, but Leo DiCaprio got the part. And Dr. Chase Meridian, which is a new character made for the film, was going to be played by Renee Russo, as she was going to work alongside Michael Keaton, but Keaton left the project, and Renee Russo had to be let go because she felt that she was, like, too old to play Val Kilmer's love interest. So they looked for other actresses such as Julia Roberts, Linda Hamilton, and many other actresses they could think of. And finally they settled with Nicole Kidman when Joel Schumacher saw her performance in a movie called Dead Calm. And even Nicole Kidman, of course, says in the film, Batman Forever, or do I need to get type 5 when I live? Which, of course, she would have played the part of her Catwoman in Tim Burton's movie, as well as trying to play Catwoman in that Halle Berry spinoff, but of course Halle Berry got the part. And hey, even before Robin got made, Nicole Kidman was going to play Poison Ivy as well for this film, but they realized they have too many villains, and they're like, let's just settle for two. But the studio wasn't sure about Nicole Kidman because they thought that she was not sexy enough. But Schumacher had to convince them that she is right for the part, and now she got it. And of course, the film came out on June 9th, 1995 when it was premiered, but got a wide release on June 16, 1995, as it got mixed reviews by critics, but it was successful at the box office by grossing around $184 million against its $100 million budget. And of course, this was like the last Batman film to earn some Oscars in the Burton-Schumacher era until Nolan's trilogy came along for 2 Batman films that got Oscar nominations. The film itself, Batman Forever, was nominated for 3 Oscars for sound mixing, sound editing, as well as cinematography. But sound mixing was given to Apollo 13, and the other 2 were given to Braveheart. And of course, the song Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2 was nominated both a Globe and a Razzie, but the Globe was given to the song Colors of the Wind from the movie Pocahontas, and the Razzie was given to Walk Into the Wind for Showgirls. But the song that I love, Kiss from a Rose by Seal, won 3 Grammy Awards for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Male for a Vocal Performance. So that's how this film came. And the movie itself, back then when I was a kid, I really enjoyed the film. But as time goes on, yeah, it is pretty campy, but I do have somewhat of a soft spot for it. Because this film is not anywhere at the same level as this film is, which I'll get to. Which, of course, this movie is sort of like the return of the 60s Batman era. But despite that, it does make some room for some serious moments, like the Burton films. But still, you still got the camp factor, which, of course, the tones pretty much are a bit more inconsistent, where at times it's going to be campy and other times it wants to be serious. But Batman Robin, it knows it wants to be campy with little serious moments in it. This one, of course, if we have gotten a Schumacher's cut for the film, then maybe this would be less campy and it'll be on par with Burton's films. And I would love to see a director's cut of Batman Forever. So Warner Brothers, if you're out there right now, I'm happy this film's are in 4K Blu-ray, but can we at least get a director's cut for this film? Just as much as we want Zack Snyder's cut for Justice League? Hello? Hello? Yes? But anyway. So yeah, I will say the tone itself is campy, but there are some moments where it does leave room for some seriousness. Which of course I would prefer a director's cut for the film. And while the look of Gotham City isn't on par with Burton's, it still is a good-looking movie. And of course, there are some shots, of course, I think that look like it's CG, I believe. Well, of course, they actually do some practical effects and maybe some models, I guess. If you've been watching the features, which of course, it's been a while. And the performances are pretty good. I thought Val Kilmer, of course, who was really not my favorite actor to play Batman, but he was a good Batman, and as well as Bruce Wayne. I mean, hey, even Bob Kane admitted that he thinks that Val Kilmer was the best Batman ever. That he's like the Batman what Bob Kane created him in the comics. And Tommy Lee Jones, he was a good Two-Face, but I wish he would just tone down the campiness of it and be more like Two-Face instead of just being like a Joker knockoff. But at the end of it, I do have some fun with it. And the makeup itself is done by Rick Baker, which I'm not really the biggest fan of it, especially how cheap it looks, which is not really one of Rick Baker's greatest makeup designs. Until when Dark Knight came around, we have a much better looking design of Two-Face. And Jim Carrey, of course, I think he's a fantastic choice to play the Riddler, which of course he is exactly what he is in the comics, but of course add some Frank Gorshin into it. Which of course Jim Carrey is nowhere near on the same level as Frank Gorshin, but he was really good, which I do like him in films like Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, and The Truman Show, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Which he was really good in that film. I love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Give it a look. I really recommend that film. Where he actually do drama very well besides comedy. And Nicole Kidman, which, yeah, there was a part of like, yeah, she's trying to get in the Batman's pants and all that. Especially she had to seduce him on the rooftop. But I actually do like the character. And there I might say on camera, I do think Nicole Kidman is pretty sexy in this role. And she is hot and beautiful to look at. But I digress. Of course, Nicole Kidman did say, of course, that while she is happy to be in the film, she wished her character wasn't a damsel in distress, where she has a little bit more to do. Which I would have loved to see that too as well, because you don't want to just be the typical damsel in distress who needs saving, but just need to at least do something. But if the director's cut does come around, maybe Nicole's character will not be like the way she is in the film, where she's like, I'm just a girl who wants to get into Batman's pants because I'm attracted to his batsuit. So maybe the director's cut that she's played differently. And Chris O'Donnell, but I know he pretty much gets a lot of bad rep for playing Robin. And to me, I think he does a fine job as Robin. You know, I don't think he's my favorite character, but I think he was a pretty good Robin, and for what he was trying to do for the movie. And the reason why I like Golden Soul, it does have the famous ba 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 ba, which is a really good scene, but sadly it's nowhere near up to what Daniel was seeing. Which, hey, I actually got the soundtrack as well from La La Land Records, which is the same soundtrack company that I got when I got the 1989 Batman from La La Land Records. It's a really good score, but I really prefer Daniel was better. And I do like some of the songs in the film, but one of them is Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by U2, which is a really good song. But my favorite is definitely Kiss from a Rose, which I listen to that song a lot. There used to be a great time rolling on the sea. You became the light of dark side. Love remains, didn't you know? And when it snows, my eyes become like the light that you shine can't be. Now that your rose is blue, I like his love all the grace. I've been kissed by your rose on the grave. So forgive me for not knowing the lyrics quite well, but those are the songs I know by far. But I listen to the song so many times on my iPhone because it's such a darn good song. It never gets out of my head, especially when I first heard the song in the promos of the soundtrack on the Batman Forever VHS, which I remember that when I first heard that song, and still to this day, I really love that song, which I think it really fits well for the character of Batman. Which I don't know how can I describe the song, but I'm sure people out there can explain it better than I do. And yeah, of course, I will say this. I wish we did not need to see the Batsuit be filled with buttocks and cod pieces being enlarged, as well as, most of all, putting nipples on the suit. Because Joe Schumacher had to do this because he was inspired by Greek statues with perfect bodies and everything. So yeah, it's like, I really don't want to question about Joel Schumacher's sexuality for the film, but I just wish he hadn't gone with that route for putting nipples on the Batsuit, which I know it bothers many people, so yeah, but thankfully Chris Nolan and Zack Snyder, they were able to get rid of it. But of course, Zack Snyder had to pay a nod to that in Watchmen when the guy had nipples on the suit when it was played by Michael Good. And the action scenes in this film are like the other Batman films, the first two Bird films. They're pretty much more traditional. They're very well choreographed. They're not shaky cam. You understand what's going on, but just not exciting as today's action scenes. But yeah, and there are some moments I do get some good laughs of, and I'm just like, yeah, because of the cam factor. But yeah, all in all, it's not as bad as it is, but I still wish we have a director's cut for this film. So for the final product result for Batman Forever in theatrical cut form, I'm just going to give it a B-. I do appreciate it for its quirkiness and everything, but I still prefer a director's cut for this film. So please, Warner Brothers, give us a director's cut of Batman Forever. Please. But anyway, that's my review of Batman Forever. Let me know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And now, we come to the last Batman film of that era. Batman and Robin. Please get ready for that. Get ready for that.